one of the most terrifyingly fascinating places on our planet.
The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, one of the greatest mysteries of our time.
Bermuda Triangle, one of those mysteries that still hasn't been quite solved yet. Many airplanes and ships which have headed towards this stretch of water never seem to have come back. So today in this video, I'm going to be speaking about Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, is a region in the western part of North Atlantic Ocean where numerous ships and airplanes have said to disappear under mysterious circumstances. The Bermuda Triangle is roughly bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. The first recorded incident of a ship disappearing in Bermuda Triangle was in 1800, and the first recorded incidence of an airplane disappearing was in 1945. Despite the popular beliefs that the Bermuda Triangle is one of the most dangerous places in the world, statistically, the area is no more dangerous than any other part of the ocean. The US Navy and the US Coast Guards do not recognize the Bermuda Triangle as a danger zone. Some famous incidents associated with the Bermuda Triangle include the disappearance of Flight 19 in 1945 and the sinking of USS Cyclops in 1918. The USS Cyclops was a massive coal-carrying ship that was carrying over 300 crew members and a load of manganese ore. The ship was last seen on March 4, 1918, after leaving Barbados, and it never arrived to its final destination, Baltimore. Despite extensive searches by the US Navy and other organizations, no trace of the ship or its crew was ever found. Later, another incident happened in the Bermuda Triangle. It began as nothing more than a routine training flight. At 2 p.m. on December 5, 1945, 5 torpedo bombers took off from a naval air station in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The planes, collectively known as Flight 19, were scheduled to tackle a 3-hour exercise known as Navigation Problem 1. Their triangular flight plan called for them to head east from the Florida coast and conduct bombing runs at a place called Hens and Chicken Shoals. They would then turn north and proceed over Grand Bahamas Island before changing course a third time and flying southwest back to base. The flight's leader, Lieutenant Charles C. Taylor, at first Flight 19's hop proceeded smoothly that day. Taylor and his pilots burst over Hens and Chicken Shoals around 2:30 p.m. and then dropped their practice bomb without incidents. But shortly after the patrol turned north for the second leg of its journey, something very strange happened. Taylor became convinced that his compass was malfunctioning and his planes had been flying in the wrong direction. Flight 19 became hopelessly disoriented.
"I don't know where we are,"
one of the pilots said over the radio.
"We must have got lost after the last turn."
Lieutenant Robert C. Fox, another Navy flight instructor who was flying near the Florida coast, was the first to overhear the patrol's radio communications. He immediately informed the air station of the situation and then contacted the Avengers to ask if they needed assistance.
"Both of my compasses are out, and I'm trying to find Fort Lauderdale, Florida,"
Taylor said.
"I'm over the land, but it's broken. I'm sure I'm in the Keys, but I don't know how far down."
Taylor's claim didn't seem to make sense. He had made his scheduled pass over Hens and Chicken Shoals in the Bahamas less than an hour earlier. But now he believed that his plane somehow drifted hundreds of miles away course and ended up in the Florida Keys. But Taylor had become convinced that he might be over the Gulf of Mexico, hoping to locate the Florida Peninsula. He made a fateful decision to steer Flight 19 northeast, a course that would only take them even further out to the sea. Some of the pilots seemed to recognize that he was making a mistake.
"We may as well turn around and go back east again."
His pilots probably argued against the decision. Flight 19's radio transmission soon became increasingly faint as it mended out to sea. When fuel began to run low, Taylor was heard prepping his men for a potential crash landing in the ocean.
"All men close up tight,"
he said.
"We will have to ditch unless landfall. When the plane drops by 10 gallons, we will all go down together."
A few minutes later, the last radio communications were replaced by a eerie buzz of static. The Navy immediately scrambled search planes to hunt for the missing patrol around 7:30 p.m. A pair of PBM Mariners flying boats took off from an air station north of Fort Lauderdale just 20 minutes later. However, one of them seemed to follow Flight 19's lead by suddenly vanishing off radar. The remains of Mariner and its 13 crew were never recovered. So this is the story about Bermuda Triangle. After this incident, many other planes and ships have gone missing in the same area. People believe that there is something demonic about this area. But what do you think about this area? And if you have any conspiracy theories, comment down below. Thank you guys for watching this video.